Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video, we're looking at a pedal that arrived in the mail today. So it's always exciting when new stuff comes in. And let me open this up. This is the Freedman BE-ODX pedal, but it's spelt slightly different and it's done by a different company because this is a clone pedal. So based off the original one, which according on the price would be a hell of a lot better quality. But we are going to be looking at the cheaper version to see how this holds up and handles. So, rubbish in the bin. We are going to be hooking this up to the orange Dark Terror here, and then we're going to be running through my 2-nose and using its cab simulator in there, or the speaker simulator in there, just to make things a little bit easier and smoother for me to record for these videos. But yeah, I'm definitely keen to see how this sounds. So let's plug it all in, let's have some fun, and let's see what results we can get at it from the Freedman, which always makes me kind of laugh how they spelt and put it together. But let's see how the Demonfx, I don't know how they really want that pronounced, Freedman holds up. Now we have everything set up, ready to go. Let's grab my Jackson here. So this is the sound that I dialed in just with the orange Dark Terror here. So it's got a little bit of dirt to it, just a little bit of bite, but not too much, and I don't think it's overbearing. The way how I've described it in other videos is, like for one of my bands, Shadows at Bay, this would be my clean tone, because I like to have a little bit of dirt in my clean tone. So yeah, but we're not here for this. We are here for the fun part, which is putting on this pedal. So let's see what we've got. So before we turn it on, we will put volume there. No one wants the bass treble. First time it's been turned, it got a little bit stubborn. Presence, I normally like a lot of presence, but we'll just start off there at the moment. Tighten gain I'll just leave down because I'm not sure how they're going to react. So let's find out together. So as a quick reference before I turn it on. All right, so a little bit fuzzy, but that's all right. So let's see if we can muck around it a bit. And I give myself a little bit more volume too, and see what we can come up with. Alright, so getting a decent amount of hiss coming through. That's all right, we can clean it up later. Let's see if we can get a little bit more bottom end happening. So let's see if the volume makes much of a difference or not, other than making it louder or softer. So it's definitely having an effect, so to speak. So it's adding to the dark terror. But is it adding anything usable? I think is the best way to describe it. That's interesting. So we see same with the bass. So what I realised was when I rolled back on the treble, which I hope you heard it as well, it kind of cleaned up the sound a fair amount. Compared to this. I feel like that's working more as a treble gain more than a treble EQ. Because it breaks up the sound. You can hear the hiss coming through pretty loud now. It breaks up the sound in a bad way. But when we take it down, yeah, so the tight actually knob does the most effect out of any of the other ones there, which is pretty interesting. So it's all a little bit nyeh at the moment. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not feeling excited about it. It's not really pushing me and hyping me up when I play and do things. It's not inspiring me. It's more, what can I play to not make it sound bad? I don't know how to really describe it. It's like some distortions, grinding, muting chords, you know. Sound really good. Other pedals, one note riffs, one string riffs are really cool. Other ones like string skipping riffs, another type of emphasize notes and frequencies sound really cool. Like it. Some just sound really nice just chugging away at it. Some sound really nice with lead work. This doesn't. Even doing some melody work. Like it's not painfully bad, but it's definitely nowhere near inspiring with any of those. Because normally when I come up with a new pedal or something new to my chain, it inspires something out of any of those categories that I just touched base on then, where it's like, wow, I really feel like playing some thrash metal with this, or I really feel like doing some stop-start synchronized type of things, or hard crunchy chords, or anything. It normally steers me towards something, where this isn't. This I just feel like I'm going through going, nope, not feeling that one either, not there. And yeah, it's not really landing on anything. Either I haven't found the right one yet for what this characteristics really does shine with. I don't know, it might not just be for me, but let's push on. I'll have a quick jam, so I'll take a bit of time away from the camera, do a little jam, and then we'll have a chat about it afterwards. So let's see what it sounds like. We're doubling up on guitars, having one in the left-right speakers, adding some bass and drums, and hearing how it fits in with a whole mix, because that might give us a whole new lease of life on it. It might just sound a little bit dry and a little bit under average because it's isolated by itself. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and let's just see how this turns out. So sit back, relax, enjoy the tune, and we'll have a chat about it on the other side. time for my final thoughts on the Freedman by Demonfx. And Piper's obviously not keen to join us in our final thoughts. That's okay. So firstly, doing the setup, running through this. It definitely felt a little bit, I don't know if low quality is the right description, but definitely had a lot of buzz to it. And I'm not talking about the buzz when you're not actually playing. The distortion had a bit of buzz to it. And it was a little bit broken up. I had to do some pretty extreme setting changes on here to get it sounding half decent. Like the treble, for example, when it was a high noon or anything over, it really broke up the sound in a negative way. Not in a good way, definitely in a negative way. I think you could arguably say that about all the different knobs here, except for the tight. The tight was the only one which, loading it up full, actually gave the most positive characteristic effect. The presence didn't even. And the gain definitely didn't have as much of an effect as what I was really hoping it would be. I was hoping to bring it to 1 or 2 o'clock and we'll start getting a lot more bite. But instead of getting bite, we just got more static, I think is the best way to describe it. But yeah, this is clearly a clone, and there's absolutely no reason to try pretend that it's not and assess it like it's not. I had a look at the artwork from the original Freedman, and even the border, they copied exactly where a little dents in that were. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that they're not trying to even hide it and not trying to pretend that they're not. So that's fine. That's no problem at all. But the results, I think the price difference between this and the original really show the quality difference as well. Not that price should be how could I put it? An equal and balance for and against. Say if you pay $100 more, you should get $100 more worth of quality. No, that doesn't happen at all. Some cheap pedals and cheap equipment are absolutely amazing. And like I use this mixing desk, for example, for all my intaking stuff, including this video. And I got rid of my other desk. I didn't really get rid of it. It's in my wardrobe. The cost, I can't even remember the difference between them. There's definitely a few $100s between them, and you can't tell the difference at all. This just takes up better desk space for what I'm doing. So I keep this one on rather than having the larger one on. So yeah, I don't want to say that the price comparison is an obvious comparison, not at all. So the original one, this is in Australian dollars, so I paid $50 for this brand new. And I think the other one I looked up just before the video, was between $350 and $400. So a huge difference there. So I am definitely predicting. I haven't used the original pedal of this, or what it's actually copying. So I can't say 100% the difference between them or the comparison, but I definitely hope the original would be a lot better than this. Definitely not as noisy, I was hoping. Now this definitely does, the original. It's hard to differentiate between the two when you're speaking about them because they look so similar. The original was definitely based on that British type of overdrive characteristics. But even that, like, I don't think this really even captured that as well, because the tune that I played, the original setup I used to have was a Vox effects unit going into a Fender Hot Rod. So it was screaming British sound when I actually not only used to play with the song, that's what I used to compose the song on. So when I found out this was based on that, or inspired by that British sound, I was actually pretty excited, going, wow, if I do this song for it, it might come to life, so to speak, of how I originally wrote it. I don't think so. I don't think it really hit the mark. bear with me, I'll try to get the words out. The jam that I had didn't feel too bad playing it when I started playing along with the drums and the bass. Definitely felt more at home there. And even listening to the back of the jam didn't actually sound too bad. I was quite impressed by the comparison when we doubled this up and added to the bass and the drums, how much better they did sound compared to what it sounded like when it was just isolated, me running it and trying to find some decent settings out of it during our little setup part. So I'll definitely give it credit for that. I think a fair bit about this actually. I'm just trying to work through my thoughts to express what I feel like I want to share. Is it worth its money? It all depends on you, really, the individual, if you would want to spend your money on this. I personally think that I could get a better sound purely out of the Dark Terror itself. And the Dark Terror is amazing, but also has some limitations, which I normally bring pedals in to help work around those limitations to make it more, I don't really want to use the word limitless, but definitely a wider variety of choices and sounds and characteristics you can bring to it, where this doesn't really bring positive aspects to the Dark Terror. As I said before, I can get better ones just out of the Dark Terror itself. But yeah, it might actually work better with a British amp and speakers maybe. Maybe the Fender Hot Rod would match up with this a lot better compared to the Orange Dark Terror. I'm not sure. But definitely with the Dark Terror, what we did with this video, because we can speculate all we want, but just going purely off what we did here, yeah, I would definitely pick the Dark Terror by itself over adding this pedal to it. So yeah, this might be for you. You might find some really cool stuff out of it and some fun out of it, especially since it's not that expensive. So it's not going to kill your pockets. But yeah, it's definitely not something that really jumps out and makes me want to go, wow, here we go. Let's plug this in and get playing with it. But it's not too bad where I feel like some of the other pedals I've done on this channel and I've experienced in the past where I'm like, stay away, but just stay away. It's not worth the headaches and the frustration. So yeah, some good, some bad, but yeah. Emotionally, I feel a little bit flat with this, with my experience with this on this video here, but still lots of fun going through it and chatting with you anyway. So definitely keen to hear what your thoughts. What are your thoughts between this and if you've not so much even heard the original, but if you've had a chance to, well, not the original, the one that it was based on, the Freedman pedal it was based on. Yeah, if you've experienced that and what your thoughts are on what I did today compared to what you've experienced with that, or have you actually experienced a clone like this or a different clone that cloned it and its actual difference between them and if it came close. Yeah, because as I said, I haven't played with the original one before, so I don't have that comparison. But definitely keen for your thoughts. I think I've babbled on enough now, so I'll do my usual sign-off. Thank you very much for joining me for these chats and these conversations. They're lots of fun to do. And Piper clearly enjoys it because, yeah, you stuck around the whole final thoughts, eh? Really look forward to hearing your feedback in the comments, or a few people have reached out to me on my Facebook page and we have some pretty cool conversations there as well. So yeah, definitely feel free to join us there. And I really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until next time, please stay safe. Good girl. Yes, you can get all the attention.